Dear children, welcome to our next topic, plant breeding for improved nutritional quality. Plant breeding is one of the shortest and most effective routes to improving global health through better nutrition. Nutritional deficiency is the major problem faced by most of the countries in the world. Breeding can improve nutritional value of foods by increasing vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, fiber, and helpful oils. Genetic diversity of fruits and vegetables allow breeding for higher, more reliable yields for greater availability and affordability. Undernutrition and protein malnutrition among human population is a major health problem which has been receiving much focus throughout the world. Undernutrition and protein malnutrition are the major problems. Undernutrition is the level of nutrition which is available below the required amount, and the malnutrition, that is, mal means bad. These are the major problems among human population throughout the world. Apart from humans, it also affects the health of farm animals. The farm animals also, such as cattle, they require the good nutritional value food for their life. The cattle also need healthy food substances for their healthy life to develop immunity against various diseases and to improve the productivity of milk. To combat these conditions, human and animal health are to be determined by nutritional quality of the feed crops. The healthy life of the human as well as the animals are determined by the nutrients which are available in the crops. The nutritional quality of crops depends on quality and quantity of nutrients. So, the presence of the quality of nutrients as well as the quantity of nutrients determines the importance of plant among the society. It meets the requirement, and also it is considered as the commercially important plant. Then it is cultivated for its high quality of nutrient and high quantity of nutrients. The nutritional quality may be improved with respect to its protein content and quality of protein. Some crops are manipulated to improve their protein content as well as the quality of protein. So, the result is the plant will produce high quality of protein in high quantities. Similarly, the oil content. The crops which are processed will produce high amount of oil content with good quality. Then the mineral content. The mineral content of the crops will be improved. Then the quality as well as the quantity of the mineral content will be improved. So, the nutrition quality may be improved with respect to its protein content and quality of protein, oil content and mineral content. The nutritional quality of crops is achieved by a process which is called biofortification. Biofortification is the scientific process of developing crop plants enriched with high levels of desirable nutrients like vitamins, proteins, and minerals. Here, the output of the plant product has been determined earlier. So, the crop plants are enriched with high levels of desired nutrients such as vitamins, proteins, and minerals. Biofortification is the idea of breeding crops to increase their nutritional value. This can be done either through conventional selective breeding or through genetic engineering. So, when we go for conventional selective breeding or through the genetic engineering process, the biofortification process could be achieved in plants. Biofortification differs from ordinary fortification because it focuses on making plant foods more nutritious as the plants are growing rather than having nutrients added to the foods when they are being processed. Biofortification processing the plants to produce nutrients, vitamins, minerals itself, then it is the better idea when compared to adding these separately during the food processing. This is an important improvement on ordinary fortification when it comes to providing nutrients for the rural poor who rarely have access to commercially fortified foods. This is very useful for rural poor people. As such, biofortification is seen as an upcoming strategy for dealing with deficiencies of micronutrients in low and middle income countries. In low and middle income countries, the deficiency of micronutrients could be achieved by biofortification process because the plants which are produced by this process could produce the desirable nutrients like vitamins, proteins, and minerals, especially the micronutrients. In the case of iron, WHO estimated that biofortification could help curing the 2 billion people suffering from iron deficiency induced anemia. This is an estimation which is provided by World Health Organization. With the help of this biofortification process, we can cure 2 billion people suffering from iron deficiency induced anemia throughout the world. Some examples of crop varieties developed as a result of biofortification are given below. First one is Protina, Shakti and Ratna or lysine-rich maize hybrids. These are the maize hybrids which are named Protina, Shakti and Ratna. These are rich in lysine content. The main thing is these hybrid varieties are developed in India. The next one is Atlas 66. This Atlas 66 is a protein-rich wheat variety. It consists of high amount of protein in good quantity as well as good quality. Then iron-rich fortified rice variety. This rice produces the iron content in high amount. Then vitamin A enriched carrots, pumpkin and spinach. The carrot, pumpkin and spinach hybrids are rich in vitamin A. This could be used to cure the vitamin A deficiency. Deficiencies of various micronutrients, including vitamin A, zinc, and iron, are common in low and middle income countries and affect billions of people. These can lead to, amongst other symptoms, a higher incidence of blindness, a weaker immune system, stunted growth, and impaired cognitive development. The poor, particularly the rural poor, tend to subsist on a diet of staple crops such as rice, wheat, and maize, which are low in these micronutrients, and most cannot afford or efficiently cultivate enough fruits, vegetables, or meat products that are necessary to obtain healthy levels of these nutrients. As such, increasing the micronutrient levels in staple crops can help prevent and reduce the micronutrient deficiencies. In one trial, eating sweet potatoes biofortified with beta carotene reduced the incidence of vitamin A deficiency in children by 24%. This approach may have advantages over other health interventions such as providing foods fortified after processing or providing supplements. Although these approaches have proven successful when dealing with the urban poor, they tend to require access to effective markets and healthcare systems which often just do not exist in rural areas. Biofortification is also fairly cost effective after an initial large research investment, where seeds can be distributed. The implementation costs are nil or negligible, as opposed to supplementation, which is comparatively expensive and requires continued financing over time, which may be jeopardized by facultating political interest. Research on this approach is being undertaken internationally, with major efforts ongoing in Brazil, China, and India. We have to concentrate more on our food because it is responsible for our healthy life, which is responsible for our future. Thank you.